something I do want to start off with here, because you know what's really what people take negatively?
What?
The idea of the spirit of competition, whether it's with other YouTube channels or whether it's with whether they're competing in basketball games or baseball games. Like, competition takes so many forms. Even people at bars who are watching sports games are freaking compete against each other for who's the better hardcore fan.
And really, if you think the nerds are bad about something, you have never seen what fantasy football teams can do.
I was about to say, fantasy football is basically D&D for jocks.
Yeah, indeed.
But, before we get too much further into this, we want to welcome everyone who tunes in tonight, everyone who comes in live. We will be discussing different topics in the world of geek culture and in the world of pop culture and entertainment for the next hour and a half. We invite you to please comment, talk to us.
I got this part. Yeah, just so you know, we're not competing with each other. There will be
Except
no competition.
I'm trying to take over the freaking talking over here, but you're cutting me off.
Well, I'm the main guy. You know?
Yeah, you're the main guy. The main guy of being a jobber over here. Look at you with this scraggly ass beard.
There is no competition. This was never a democracy.
All right, folks. We are of course simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. If you're watching from YouTube, hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay on top of all of our weekly content. We produce new content every single week. And of course, as my associate here, Juan, put it, if you have any questions or comments during the stream, go ahead and drop them down on YouTube or Twitch, and we will answer them during the duration that we are live.
All right. That being said, why don't you go on with your random ass dorky speech about competition?
So yeah, competition
that I would totally do better than you.
So yeah, competition at times can be a little toxic, but on the other side of the coin, it can actually be a benefit, because competition actually forces two sides to get good. To take a bit of a phrase from Angel here.
Are you telling them to acquire proficiency?
Acquire proficiency, step up their game, basically do their best to win one over the other. And it doesn't always have to be aggressive. It could be friendly competition. I mean, we've seen it in recent history. More specifically, I'll give you the best
enough
example.
of the preamble. Come on.
Man. All right. Well,
doing this so much better than you could.
Stop. Anyways, of course I'm getting into the Wednesday.
Are we not talking about competition here? Are we not competing for trying to get the point across?
Well, I mean, there is no competition. I win by default.
How do you win by default?
Because I'm the
when you gave him the authority to be the leader of the team, you kind of fucked up.
All right,
we
folks,
can't get him out.
If you've been watching the Wednesday Night War every Thursday night
at 10 p.m. Eastern here,
at 10 p.m. Eastern, WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite have been competing back to back in the Wednesday night ratings, trying to see who puts on the best show to rack up the total viewership and to rack up the 18 to 49 demographics. Safe to say, since the October of 2019 until present day, AEW has been beating the shit out of NXT. Oh, hang on.
Sorry about that, folks. There was a small distraction. My little brother stepped by. Can't say matters, private, but he was having a great time. All right, dude, you take care and drive safe out there, all right? You as well. And happy birthday, by the way.
Wait, it's not Michael's birthday, is it?
No, it was the birthday of his girlfriend, and they got together today to celebrate with the family.
Okay.
Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday to you.
We had delicious cake. Sorry to interrupt. Please go ahead with what you're saying.
So, as I was trying to say, AEW Dynamite has been trouncing the hell out of WWE NXT in the Wednesday night ratings. However, that might not last very long.
Might not. You see, it took you forever to get to this point. The point of the matter is all this, folks. For anyone who actually wants to pay attention,
hey, that's how I segue. I try to.
You segue for 15 minutes and you don't make a point on this shit.
It's called building up tension, bro. If we just jump to the action in the movie, people will have no context to the scene. Sometimes you gotta edge them a little before you jerk them off. Metaphorically speaking.
See, he gets it.
Here's what's up. When it comes to
come on, Mr. Movie Director, you should know about this shit.
You don't want to seem like you're just meandering, like you don't know what you're talking about. What's the matter is this. There's been a recent report that due to Major League Hockey, of all things, the NHL, taking over on Wednesday nights on the USA Network, it appears that WWE's third brand, NXT, is going to be moving to Tuesday nights, effectively ending a near 2-year-long competition for the ratings between NXT and AEW.
Now, mind you, this is the WWE we're talking about, and I hate using this phrase but they say it a lot. Anything can happen in the WWE, and at the same time, nothing lasts forever. So this may not be a permanent move. We don't know. I have been researching on multiple sources, and basically all the information that I've been getting is basically the same thing. Yes, WWE is moving NXT to Tuesday nights right after WrestleMania 37th on April 13th. So I've gathered I got some details, and as I mentioned, it all points to the source from Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer Live. The move is not official yet, but basically from what he said, it's a done deal. Now, this has been further embellished on by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Let me pull up some information right over here. Bear with me, folks.
So
I got this.
He's so terrible at his job.
Stop
I would do
it.
it so much
This
better.
particular-
Oh yeah, because insulting your competition is definitely going to make you better.
Well, it's working.
Well, yeah,
isn't
they
it?
do it all the time in the industry. It's called coding a promo. Right?
All right. So
Wait a second. Does that mean Juan is turning heel on the show after being face for all these years?
You seem to be working under the assumption that I was ever a face to begin with. I was never on y'all's side. I was only ever on my side. I was only in it for me. You guys came to me.
All right.
Yo!
Come on.
It was me,
Get
Joe.
off your
It was
soapbox,
me all
Juan.
along.
Jesus. All right.
You do realize this is called a work, right?
It's called a work. Yeah. And
I'm
I
working
refuse
you.
to be worked by you.
I've been working you, and I won. That's how you know that this competition works, because I'm better at this than he is.
All right. So, quote from Dave Meltzer.
Jesus
Basically, he
Christ.
said this. There's always a chance that something can happen for it to not move to Tuesday, but this all has to do with the NHL, the National Hockey League. And when NBC Sports Network was dropped, the NHL's Wednesday night, and that's going to be on the USA Network.
I'm going to do something real quick over here on
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
computer.
And most likely, they were going to have to move, and that's what happened. As far as what WWE does on Wednesday nights, I'm sure they'll do something because that's what they do. They'll always try something. So before I go any
On one
further,
hand-
Angel, your thoughts?
Well, on one hand, moving away from that location means that you don't have to worry about competing with the other side, and that means that your audience can more easily be prepared for you. Now, on the other hand, have the numbers of the show, WWE, have they gone down, up, or remained steady recently? Because this kind of change is not done unless they either decided that the numbers were too low for their liking, or the competition is bringing out something that they don't feel they can fight against.
Well, according to the statistics from the March 3rd edition of Dynamite and NXT, AEW Dynamite nearly hit 1 million viewers, whereas NXT almost scratched 700,000. That should give you an idea.
So
And
it is a combination
Dynamite
of factors.
had Shaquille O'Neal, NBA basketball legend, in one of their matches.
True, the man may be retired by now, but you cannot understate his meme potential.
Oh no, the meme was hard over here, Joseph. I wish I could pull up the freaking thing, but I think I took it down. There was this freaking photo, this promotional photo of the match that Shaquille O'Neal is supposed to be in. It was an intergender tag team match. A guy and girl team against another guy and girl team. So Shaquille O'Neal was teaming up with
Jade
Cargill, and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes was teaming up with
Red Velvet, a graduate from the Nightmare family.
with Red Velvet.
Huh.
Now,
Interesting.
it's really weird because you had Red Velvet and Cody Rhodes in the foreground, in the lower half of the poster, and they were in a full body. You see Jade Cargill on the upper left-hand corner flexing or whatever, and on the upper right-hand corner, the entire background on there is just Shaquille O'Neal's big smiling face.
That is
You can
roughly
tell-
1/3 of the size of the original Shaquille O'Neal.
You could tell that Shaquille O'Neal was being very serious and very aggressive by the big-ass goofy grin he put up on his freaking promo photo. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I'll pull it
just
up,
so we
but,
can
like-
show
You know what?
people
Yeah,
here.
show me. I want to see
Wait a minute.
Shaquille
Let me-
O'Neal's
let me see if I can
gigantic ass
find
face.
it.
Titanic
But
stature.
You sent it to me.
I know I
Just
said
use messaging.
Well, why don't you use it?
Because you guys,
All right.
I'm using this so I could be better than you in talking about this stuff.
Oh my
it's a competition,
God,
Jose.
hang on. Oh my God! You
Right.
see what's happening? I talk about competition, and now me and Juan are getting at each other's throats.
Well,
I'm getting
Joe,
at your
you
throat
see,
and I'm
you know
winning.
you know how your brother gifted you that beautiful wrestling belt? That was actually a ruse. He's planning to fight you for it when you least expect it, and then he'll claim the title for himself and he'll be like, "I giveth and I taketh away," and then he'll name himself the missionary or some
All right,
shit.
folks. I don't know if you're going to see this clearly, but this is the promotional
Hang
photo. This
Hang
is
on.
Oh, hang on.
Holy shit!
Look
purple.
at his.
Hold on. Turn the
Raise it up a
brightness
little
down.
bit.
Okay. I was trying to make it bright because I was worried if it wasn't bright.
No, it's
sorry.
too bright.
Lift it up a little bit, please.
Well, hold on. We're showing the people here. Hang on.
I am the people.
All right.
I am
And now
all of the.
We're gonna unplug, and I'm gonna show it to Angel here. Can you see that?
That is some Infinity War. Is that Thanos?
It's Red Thanos. You know how we got a Red Hulk? That's
You
Shaquille
don't
O'Neal is
understand.
playing
the
Red
li-
Thanos.
The lighting makes it look purple from here. It's amazing.
Even Cody's got that look like, oh shit, let's get this over with.
Like, oh
No,
shit.
you
Here we
will
go
nest
again.
beneath my enormous chin, and you will like it, little man.
Now, on the subject of NXT moving to Tuesday nights, in a separate interview, AEW CEO Tony Khan commented on this, basically saying,
Of course he did.
I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but it would be great to be unopposed, and I'd love to have an unopposed audience. When we've done some really good numbers, and I think that would be awesome.
Interesting.
Of course he'd say that because
bit
the
hard to
guy
use this, man.
thinks that he could do no wrong. Like, okay, here's what's up. The number one asset that Tony Khan has as the owner
Money.
of All Elite Wrestling is the fact that he has access to his rich daddy's bank account. So he can,
Oh, so I was right. It is money.
yeah, so he could pay for Shaquille O'Neal. So he could pay for these bigger guys who jump the ratings up, and they only deal with it on a week-by-week basis. They don't try to deal with things in long term. That's the one thing that I notice about this. Another thing with this is that folks are trying to declare that, AEW has the superior product. That's why they're doing this. No, they're not doing this because of that. They're doing this because of goddamn hockey, of all things. Hockey!
Goddamn hockey.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that was
Comment.
the earlier speculation for the reason that they were going to move is that they're tired of getting trounced by AEW, but no, it's because of the hockey schedule. Now, Khan went on further to address this. If you look at the ratings year over year, the only wrestling company that didn't plummet in the ratings in February year over year was AEW. So yeah, I do think the balance of power has shifted to the fans and AEW.
He
we
throws
keep-
that
hang
fucking
on.
thing into
Yeah.
the fans. Oh, you guys are the ones who went motherfucker.
Hang on, let me continue. We keep signing more great wrestlers, and in the next week you'll see more wrestlers debuting in AEW. Now, Cody, on the other hand, has a bit of a more specific opinion on this matter, and you can't run down Cody Rhodes, okay, Juan?
I could try, and I'm better at it than you could hope to be.
All right, here we go.
You will fail slightly less hard than we would.
He had this to say. I can say that, but I don't want to be sassy or... no, here we go. If we're no longer going to be opposed on Wednesday nights, I'm sure we'll come up with some sort of wonderful statement. Congratulations to NXT on a successful move to Tuesday nights. The real winners are the fans who can watch NXT and Dynamite live every week, as this is a marathon and not a one-night sprint. If I can say that, but I don't want to be sassy or a jerk because with them moving, perhaps something else will be on Wednesdays. Not only that, AEW Dark, their YouTube show, is on Tuesdays. So AEW Dark will potentially be opposed. So that's why we can't be in a matter of getting reactionary. We just have to put out the best show. We really do. And if they want to beat us, they'll have to put out a better show. It's honest competition.
He says this shit while his
see,
competition runs. Like,
competition, I believe in. Honest competition, not so much.
Oh yeah, sure. They're saying that, oh, we're just here for honest competition, while their competition is forced to make a freaking move because of shit out of their own control. They're trying to be like, oh, we're the nice guys in competing. Oh, we're so cool and so not gonna rub it in people's face. But it's nice that this is happening.
Well,
now,
to be fair though, that's
me a break.
just business. To be fair though, that's just business. If something bad happens to your competition, it's only a rational course of action to grab whatever advantage you can get. After all, that means that A, you get a benefit, and B, they're getting screwed and you don't have to do anything to look shady or dirty in the process. Each living capitalismus and all that, you just
say this, but I don't think you
slide it in.
But Juancho, the WWE is not innocent on this part by any means.
Oh no, but
Okay, How? Okay, what do you mean by that?
They've been reactionary during the Wednesday Night Wars too. I'll give you an example. When AEW announced that they were doing Fyter Fests for both televised nights, it didn't take the WWE long to announce that they were going to do a 2-night event to run simultaneously for the NXT's The Great American Bash. So they've been reactionary about it too. The only difference is the AEW side, they're a little they're trying to be more.
They're being cocky, is what it is. They're trying to come off like the nice guys, like, oh no, we're just here in spirited, friendly competition. Here's the facts about this, folks, ladies and gentlemen, and something that I know Jose doesn't have the nerve to tell you people because he knows that I'm a much better communicator than he is.
Dude, you are not.
This is a competition, and I'm winning. So here's what's going down. The entire reason the Wednesday Night War started is the WWE's fault. Here's what's up. When AEW came out, when they were going to say they were going to be on TNT network, they were going to be debuting their show Dynamite. They were getting copyrights for Tuesday Night Dynamite. They did not want to try to go head to head with anyone, but TNT wanted to compete with the WWE's NXT programming on the WWE app. They weren't even on a TV network. They were just trying to get on with their own lives. But TNT was the one who wanted to put this on, so they put AEW on Wednesday nights. In response, the WWE went in and said, okay, well, we're going to be on the USA Network Wednesday nights. This was initiated not really by AEW, not even really by the WWE. They only responded to something else that they had to go in for. This was TNT's fault. And the reason why they're getting all this shit, the reason why we're getting Shaquille O'Neal and all this basketball stuff going on up here now, like I said, something that Jose doesn't have the nerve to try to tell you people is because they are trying to push their NBA connections because TNT has a tight-knit connection with the NBA, and they'll put it out there. Whereas the WWE does not have that kind of tight-knit connection with the USA Network. But NHL does.
Okay.
Which is why NHL, the fucking hockey of all things, the fucking Mighty Ducks of California, of Anaheim, are usurping the place of the WWE on Wednesday nights. And the fact of the matter is, the reason why they're able to do that is because the NHL has been around much longer, and they're able to command a much higher rate for their advertising. At the end of the day, this is all about money. This is all about who can bring the networks the most money.
So
that's why they. That's why
what Angel just said. HBO Capital, whatever the fuck.
And I could say it a lot better even than what Angel could say over here on his side.
Oh, so now you're competing against me and Angel.
And I'm winning!
Well, that's not really a fair competition. I don't know about wrestling nearly as much as you guys do.
Okay.
But if I did, I would be winning, so fuck
Time
you.
for me to take over, Juancho. So what you're saying is... what you're saying is the main perpetrator out of all this is TNT, Turner Media.
Oh, yeah.
The Turner Network executives.
The moment that they found that AEW was looking for a TV platform, they knew they could get their hands in on this, and they knew that with Tony Khan and his dad's gigantic fucking wallet, they'll spot out whatever amount of money they can. They'll bend over backwards to accommodate TNT because they think that that's what good business is, but really they're getting played like a damn fiddle.
Okay, but you know what?
And I'm winning.
You know what, Juancho? Guess what? It really doesn't matter in the end. Do you know why?
Why?
Because there is one thing that I will agree on that was quoted by Tony Khan, by Cody, even by WWE. The real winners at the end of the day are the fans. And I'll explain why. Because every Wednesday, nearly 1.7 million viewers in the United States are tuning in to watch the best wrestling content, the wrestling content that grasps their eyes. It doesn't matter if it's AEW Dynamite. It doesn't matter if it's WWE NXT. Together, collectively, they are drawing in that large of a number of viewers every single week. And there had been examples of both shows prevailing on separate time slots. In the past, NXT would air on Tuesday nights due to scheduling conflicts, and they were able to pull in larger numbers than they would in head-to-head competition on Wednesday nights. And AEW gets the same results.
So essentially, the businesses try to screw each other based on a issue of circumstance to increase their profits, and we, the fans, just happen to benefit for this one by sheer happenstance.
Exactly,
We got the better
because-
deal out of it, even as the businesses try to kill each other.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, the fans really don't care what the hell the business is doing. They just want to watch wrestling. They just want to watch their favorite stars wrestle every single week.
Now here's
Be right back. Give me a second.
All right, you go ahead. I'll switch over to.
Yeah, I was gonna
Do a
say
different camera
there's no way that I
Hang
can
on.
be wrong on this.
Hang on. There we go.
All right.
There's no way you can be wrong on this. You say. Well, there's one thing that you didn't account for, Jose.
And what's
Something that you haven't accounted for in all this, which is why I'm winning this competition here. The fact that one of our programs here, your baby, the Wednesday Night War, is now at the risk of dying in the cradle. And you can thank the USA Network and the WWE for that.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah!
Oh no!
Oh, yeah!
What am I ever gonna do? I'm
Oh
probably gonna
no,
have to
we are getting more content while the businesses screw each other over.
Oh no!
Boo-hoo.
Hang on a
Hang
minute.
on.
Let's bring Angel back in so he could
There
see
we
me,
go.
so he can hear my tales of woes. Angel, this means no more Wednesday
I
Night
actually
War.
heard
That
it.
means I have to cancel my show.
Nonsense. You just move it over to Thursday Night War. Wait, no, something better. Move it one day ahead and call it fucking Tuesdays.
Ha! That's okay. It's an inside joke, by the way.
Fucking Tuesdays.
That's sick, but no. You're. I appreciate I appreciate the effort, but no. And Juancho, you're equally wrong.
How am I equally wrong?
Because-
I was the one who brought this up. I'm the one who's making this point. That's how I'm winning in this competition.
But do you know why you're wrong?
How am I wrong? Not why, how. Explain, elaborate, enunciate.
The how and
My
the
show
why
ain't
are the
going
same,
nowhere.
my dude.
That's a double negative. It's gone.
Nope, it's
Ah.
not. And do you know why, folks?
Why?
Because starting right on the same week of April, the same week of post WrestleMania, the week where NXT moves over to Tuesdays.
Remember, this isn't confirmed yet.
This isn't confirmed.
So, assuming all this is correct, and
Assuming
NXT
all this is correct, my show will not be taken down. Just like how we the Ravens Flock had to adapt to streaming online separately due to COVID. My show will also adapt, and starting that week, assuming that things do change, the Wednesday Night War will temporarily be reformatted into Wrestle Rewind.
and
I
you can
kinda
thank
like that
me for
title,
that name
actually.
too. Because
That's
we were
pretty good. I
discussing
won't-
this and trying to help you come up with a new name for the show.
Well, yes, of course, it's important to give you a consolation prize after you're losing a competition.
Jesus
How did
Christ.
I when I was the one who gave you the name 2 days before this competition? I won the competition before it even started. I went to Lamarck.
Because-
you lost to Lure.
Because you, like you said, you gave me the idea. You gave me the ace in the hole.
No, I gave it to you. It was my invention. That makes it my victory. You lost.
Oh my god!
Tony, you seem to have forgotten the main theme of business. Do you think that just because you had an idea, that the idea was truly yours? Give me that after
Your
action. I need that
camera's
shit.
tilted up again.
Your
Angel.
camera's tilted.
I
We
know,
only-
I'm stealing the point of view.
We only
Give me
see
your arc reactor.
half of your face.
You don't
All
need to
right.
see anything else.
But yes,
Because I'm a shady individual.
so yes,
Shifty character.
assuming that the time does change, yes, I will switch it over to Wrestle Rewind, and I will cover the best matches, the best wrestling matches. I'm not going to cover all the matches, but only the best ones from each wrestling programming. I will dedicate. I will commit. I will not limit myself to NXT and Dynamite. I will also pull a best match from the Friday show of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, or hell, AEW Dark, or NXT Evolve. Yeah, that's also going to be a thing. The point is, I am a passionate wrestling fan. That is why I started the fourth show under our channel, to share my passion for professional wrestling with each and every single one of you.
And the fact that I'm still the sorry bastard has got to take care of all the technical stuff to keep this show from catching fire makes little no nothing over here at all, don't it? What? What? Go ahead and run this without me. you will catch fire. You know that brother from iCarly, how his running gag is everything catches fire with him? That's you and Angel when it comes to tech. That's how I'm winning this competition.
Things.
Well, Juan, every time I introduce you, I always credit you by saying that, hey, you put in the hours, and we always show appreciation. What more do you want? Do you want me to get you?
He wants the world.
I want to win this. I want to win this competition, and I will.
Do you want Angel to mail you a gift basket with a bunch of chocolates? Will that make you happy?
I was going to, but now that he's acting like that, I'm just gonna try a bunch of turds instead.
And I will win.
Oh my God! This guy.
I win, he says as he rubs the feces all over his face. Yes! Yes!
All right, but
God.
all right, folks. But of course, if nothing changes,
I'm fucking right.
I know.
You do know that. You do know that.
We know. But of course, if nothing changes, folks, the Wednesday Night War will continue to be the same. And honestly, we don't suffer from it because, hey, like I said, the spirit of competition isn't always negative. It can always be a positive because it forces both sides to give it their all, to give it 100%.
Think of it as the evolution theory but being forced upon the world of capitalism. The strong thrive and the weak die off. Those who are unable to adapt to survive in such a world, they'll die off too.